Hey yo, divine earthlings of the universe. What's up? What's up? What is up? I hope you all are having a good day, a good night, whatever time it is for you. Peace, love, light, blessings. Namaste to you all. Today is Friday, April the 25th of 2025. It's actually like a portal day. I'm just thinking about that. So 25. How you doing today, Divine Collective? Hope all is well out there for you. It's about to be 10:33, y'all. 10:33 in a moment. So on this Friday, could be a symbolic message. So let's see. It's I was gonna look up 425. Let's see, 425. I don't know, spiritual meaning. Let's start out with this message and see what's going on. Excuse me. And before I do start, I am not a psychic. I'm just a messenger. I'm here to provide the purest love and light vibes from the Most High Creator, my spiritual team, guides, God, Gaia, the universe, the Most High Source, and the purest love energy possible. We remove any dark entities, dark energies, evil eye vibes, evil eye vibers, negativity from this space. We keep it divinely protected in the love, light, and glow of our Most High Creator and our spiritual team. So I may not be the reader for you, all right? So don't force the fit. This is never to impose my feelings, thoughts, beliefs into your life. But your free will, your intuition, discernment are key factors as well, regardless of this message or any message you may receive. So if the Cinderella slipper don't fit, don't force it. Do not eat the food on the plate if it don't resonate, all right? So we're gonna dive in. This is like a quick message. I was shuffling and putting these away yesterday. These cards like flipped out, fell out. And I was like, wow, okay. I am doing a Sinners reading part 3. This is not going to be it though, but I will come back and do a more in-depth. That movie was, I'm telling you, if you haven't watched those, it's Sinners part 1, movie, messages and symbolic meanings. Then I have a part 2 of why your innocence attracts and also attacks demonic entities. It's deep. That message is deep. So I know people to each their own when it comes to how they resonate with vibing of watching that movie. I get it because I wasn't going to see it, but I did. And I got a lot of downloaded energy from the Most High and just my spiritual team in the midst of it. So I'll do a part 3 coming up. This is just going to be some energy that I was like, okay, I see spirit. And we're not going to be judging. This is a non-judgment zone over here. This is a healing zone and a clarity zone and an uplifting zone for the journey, and spiritual zone, Zen zone. So we don't judge over here. So what I'm seeing with this reading off the rip, I had saw Lightworker school. Okay, you out here as a light worker. You went through intense Lightworker school, like intense. I'm hearing intensity. You see, I just realized, you see how these people are in the center of the owl and everybody else is like grouped together on the sides of them. But these particular three stood out. Okay, so you're kind of, they're like right in order with the Lightworker teacher, right, on stage. I'm hearing you were divinely challenged. And you faced a lot during this challenge in this Lightworker school. And it's kind of like, I'm hearing an experiment. It's not that you were an experiment, but people like to experiment with you because they knew that you were really in tune and really in alignment. So let's think about a class project. These could have been people that you were in sync with, that you aligned with in your class, right? And you partnered up with them. You had to do a project. And so this was you guys like presenting the project in class. And this project, y'all had to do it individually though. Even though it was a collective endeavor, you still had to individually conquer this project by yourself. So you still, because these people, they're in alignment together, but they're not like sitting at the same desk. They have their own individual desk. So Spirit was like testing you. And see, everybody else is sharing this desk. They're sharing a desk. You had your own desk too. So you, I'm trying to tell you, you stood out in the classroom. And if it wasn't a classroom, and you could be a standout person in your classroom, but if it wasn't a classroom, you just stood out amongst a lot of people. And what your ranking is, you stood out as a spiritual general. That's your ranking, highly ranked. Your Lightworker school prepped you for your spiritual general mission and your authority I'm receiving. And you could be getting a new home, or just new stability is now falling to your feet. I'm hearing, what is it called? I'm hearing bowing, bestowed. There we go. I'm also hearing bestowed to you. This is coming down to you, and I'm hearing you also bow down and you give thanks, and this is being bestowed to you. New stability is here. And then I love it because these two cards showed up, Emperor, Empress. And you could also have an Emperor or Empress in your life that is also a spiritual general. So you are in your, and then you could have a new home with this person, but y'all are like Lightworker teachers. You and your partner out here are like Lightworker teachers. And then I'm also receiving that you're teaching your partner how to embrace their Emperor or Empress vibe. And it might be unannounced to you, but there is something shifting with a home life with an Emperor Empress. And this shift is really cultivating your next moves as a spiritual general. So basically you're being prepped to teach a lot of light workers out here, or to just teach a lot. Yeah, thank you, Spirit, because you were your hired new job. So these cards just fell out too, and I was like, okay, I wasn't gonna get them, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep them. But you have been hired. Spirit said you're the one, because you rose and rise like a phoenix. So this has been really like eye-opening for you after feeling defeated, or feeling like maybe you had a low self-esteem, maybe you overate, underate, or maybe you just felt ugly inside, or maybe, you just felt depressed and weak. You just felt, I'm hearing ugly at some point. Oh, well, I'll give you a big hug, Divine Collective. Okay, oh yeah, see, here we go. The eyes green with envy is in here. And that could have been something sent your way. Maybe people who are envious of you wanted you to feel low and disgusted about yourself, or wanted you to feel like nothing was going to add up, master up for you in your life, or that you will always be feeling defeated here. All right, Spirit, so what we got? Oh, look at this as I cut the deck. Yeah, energy vampire. They always show up, right? They always show up. Energy vampires with this evil eye vibes. Eyes green with envy. So the thing is, some people were envious because you are a standout in your class, or that you just stand out, period, and you rose like this phoenix and you got hired. Like, you literally came from the ashes and made something pop. People thought that you were left in the dust, but the dust was you rising as this phoenix from the ashes. But they just thought that you was dusty out here. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at this. As I picked up this card, stayed on the table. Power couple. You see what I'm saying? And then you got new love coming. This new love is already here. I saw royal babies. Hold on, let me go back to this. I think I saw royal babies. Yeah, royal babies. Look, you birthing something new with a new, oh my gosh. This person's a high priestess, yo. Our high priest. I love it. You have new love with a high priest, and this is a new beginning for you. Yep, it's a new beginning for you. And some people, look, okay, how can I put these cards? You got royal babies, and then you got karmic child. Okay. Royal babies and karmic child. What? See, your royal baby is supposed to be here. Okay, your royal baby is gonna have God-given talent, and it's because You are truly with the love of your life. You're supposed to possibly have a child out here. If you do have a child with the love of your life, this is a royalty baby. This child was birthed out of true, pure love. And the talents that you have and the talents that this person has, this baby will have God-given talents that's beyond. Okay, beyond the eye can see, beyond anybody has seen, be created. And it's because you are a light worker. Your person is like this bomb ass light worker too, y'all. Some spiritual generals that people they better, I'm hearing like Bonnie and Clyde, they better recognize, okay? These people need to, you got a whole high priestess out here, our high priest out here, that's your power couple. And so I love it because power couple, y'all a spiritual general team who's a power couple. And this person, even if, because I'm getting like your emperor or empress may be aware, but they don't really show like they're aware of this, but they are. It's crazy. Like they're very subtle. I'm hearing in the subtle realms, like they keep to themselves. Like this person that you are with, they more like keep to themselves a lot. And again, you possibly keep to yourself a lot too. Y'all very much marry each other. But this right here, you are a standout. 1111 on the timer. You are a standout in your class. You are a standout in your class. Some people are being imprisoned right now. Look, I'm seeing gift from God. Yeah, you were a standout in your class as a gift from God. A lot of people, their envy imprisoned them. Some people, again, I'm hearing first, second, third place. Some people was like, oh, I'm hearing first, second, third place. They want to win the race. So they want to be head of the classroom. I just did a video about, they thought that they were sitting at your table, but the whole time, they thought that you were sitting at their table, but the whole time, this table has been your table. This whole time. Like these people, your learning and capabilities and your spiritual gifts and your God-given talent, everybody, it's like whoever this person is or whoever these envious energy vampires are out here, they saw you in class, but they wanted to be, I'm hearing the head macho or honcho, whatever. They wanted to be the head in the class. They wanted everybody to know about their God-given talents in this class. And they wanted everybody to know that they're a spiritual general, that they're a high priest or high priestess, that they're a gift from God, that they've been hired for the job, that they got new love or new home, they're a power couple energy, that they're birthing new things, that they're rising from the phoenix. Like this person was like theirs. But it technically wasn't all theirs. And they wanted what was yours to be theirs. Or even if you were sharing it, they still wanted it all. So they could sit at your table and it looked like theirs. 1313 on the timer. But see, these people have been in prison now because what they birthed was some karmic energy. And if there is a karmic child, I don't want to call a child karmic, of course, but if there happens to be like a karmic child energy, then it's only because if you did have a child with someone who was envious or energy vampire, it's like a karmic tie. So maybe you're going to always be tied to this person. I don't want to say the child is karmic, but maybe the child could have some karmic attributes because of who they were birthed with. Or maybe I'm hearing some people probably feel in prison with a karmic child. Somebody probably had a child and now they feel like in prison with this particular individual. I want to, before I end this reading, because I do have to go, I was looking at 425:25. This symbolizes spiritual awakening, enlightenment, and the pursuit of higher truth. It encourages individuals to embark on a journey of self-discovery. It's also a divine healing code for moving forward. Oh, and overcoming obstacles. See? And then just 425 is a message that angels are overseeing and guiding you towards new opportunities and circumstances. auspicious circumstances. And 25 reveals that you will experience great changes in your life that will force you to take life more seriously than before. So yeah, you about to take this Lightworker school. You realize, like, being in school, yeah, you stood out, but you felt like everybody stood out in the classroom. You didn't want the light shining just on you. You were like, everybody got a God-given talent. This is dope as fuck. Well, let's all just shine our light. But see, there was an envy crowd, I'm hearing, of people, because, you know, you got people, this is a crowd of people. Could have been everybody in this classroom, I don't know. But there was an envious crowd who didn't even want to show their face, first of all. And they just wanted to take the life source. Again, take what was yours and leave you drained. And so they probably wanted you on their team. And see, Spirit's like, okay, you could partner up with the Divine Collective, but you can't sit at their table. Oh shit. Okay, Spirit, I hear you. They said, okay, you could partner up with Divine Collective, but you can't sit at their table. Divine Collective, you had your own table. And what I'm receiving is not to discredit anyone, okay? Not to discredit anyone's journey. It's just that I'm seeing these three individuals, they actually focus on themselves. Everybody else was probably focused on everybody else, what they had going on. But these three stood out. So you just were a standout in your class that the Most High saw was just focusing on their own lane. Not that you stood out to be the best of the best, but you were just focusing on yourself. So this right here is again, the 144,000 messages are the chosen one messages that we hear about. These three in this class on this card chose to just focus on their own lane, sit at their own table, do their own thing, but also knew that everybody around them had a gift. But they knew that focusing on their own gift was the way to true enlightenment and clarity. So these three stood out in this class on this card. But I also see it as a symbolic meaning of the chosen ones take the path less chosen because they actually choose to just focus and sit by themselves. While everybody else sit amongst each other, I'm hearing sick, and they're sick of each other, and they all got envious energies. And you're over here just focusing on being a spiritual generals, focusing on now being a light worker, focusing on your high priest or high priestess attributes, focus on what gifts. Again, you got God-given talent, and you're a gift from God. You're focusing on your God-given gifts and being a gift to other people and birthing. So Spirit is like, you might think you're not having no babies, but there's some royal babies that this power couple is about to birth, whether it be a blended family or a real, you know, baby coming up here, or just things that you guys are physically birthing, like a home together. And again, these new beginnings. Excuse me, spiritual burp. Yeah. I'm gonna end it there though, Divine Collective. Okay, we're gonna end it there. And if this did not resonate, don't force it. This was just something quick. And like I mentioned, I'm gonna come back and do a movie about, part 3 about the movie Sinners. If you want to follow that, I'm telling you, that movie, I might go see it again because the symbolic messages that I received, woo, it definitely means you ready to be this spiritual general who's a high priest or high priestess. So if you do go see that movie, be very open-minded because it's actually a course. You know how colleges say, hey, I need you to watch this movie or read this book, and we're going to talk about it in class. Yeah. The movie Sinners, you definitely talked about it in class. This could be that project I heard. The project was to go watch the movie Sinners. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you have to, but let's just say in this classroom on this card, they had to watch the movie Sinners, and each three of them, they worked together. They had to each three give their monologue or their viewpoint on the movie, and they stood out. And then it also made everybody else stand out like, what's your mind about this? Because there's some deep spiritual symbolic messages in that movie. So you stood out, you passed the course, and Spirit is like, you know, whatever that is for you, whether it's watching a movie or whether it's connecting with individuals or whatever situation that you find yourself in life, it's a test for your testimony. And it's also opening your eyes to identify what the spiritual realm really is, what the 3D world really is, what all these dimensions and timelines means. Why can you time loop? Why do you're able to time travel and cross dimensions and see different, see more clearly with your third eye than the eyes of physical sight. So you got like a lot of things that are coming your way, and it's some beautiful things. And this right here, I'm hearing like this envy energy, you just like leaving it in the past. I'm hearing ghosts of the past, 2020 on the timer, which is 2020 vision. You have 2020 vision about anybody with ghosty energy, even people that have ghosted you in the past. Some of these people ghost you because they couldn't take your energy no more. And that's why they feel imprisoned over here. Some of these people are eating a lot now. Some of these people crying, listening to you. Listening to music, trying to forget about you. Because, yeah, you broke a generational curse. Look at this. Can't make this shit up. Because you a college graduate. Yeah, you graduated in the Lightworker school. I love it. So, these people feel like fools over here. And look, you got a new car, too. You got a new home, new car. These people feeling like a fool as you are pursuing and proceeding forward. People thinking about you over here. You got people thinking about you. Then this love is thinking about you. You got admirers thinking about you. Whoever they are, people admire you and your gifts. And they admire you. Ooh, let me go. Look at this card. I love this card. It's like one of my favorite cards in the deck. And that High Priestess, he always give me chills. I love it. Where's the High Priestess? He always gives me chills. Boom. This is beautiful. You got beautiful things coming your way. Beautiful love energy. People that you love about to start showing you that they love you. I'm just saying. So these karmic energies, yeah, they know they feel like fools now. They feel like fools. I'm hearing everybody plays the fool sometimes. Whatever that song is. Yeah, they play the fool. Maybe actual, maybe cruel. What is that? Everybody plays the fool. Let me see if I can find these lyrics real quick. Everybody plays. So, okay, your heart is broken. You sit around moping, crying. You say even thinking about dying. Well, before you do anything rash, dig this. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rule. Listen, baby, it may be factual. It may be cruel. I ain't lying. Everybody plays the fool. Yep. Loving eyes, they cannot see. A certain person can never be. Love runs deeper than any ocean. You can cloud your mind with emotion. Everyone plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rule. How can you help it when music starts to play? Y'all, didn't we just say, look, music's messages through music? These people realizing they was a fool as they listen to music. Because it says, everybody plays a fool sometime. There's no exception to the rule. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, how can you help it when the music starts to play and your ability to reason is swept away? Heaven on earth is all you see. You're out of touch with reality, and now you cry. Now you cry, but when you do, next time around, someone cries for you. And this could have been you crying all these years playing a fool too, to these energy vampires or envious people. Or you realize you were so innocent that your innocence was like, you felt gullible. Like, man, was I a fool for believing this? You believe that everybody in this classroom was really cheering on everybody. And you feel like a foolish person and you feel a little gullible because you realize no. And that could have made you upset or made you cry when you realize, because you were receiving messages as you listened to music from the Most High that was making you alerted about everybody in the classroom ain't equally yoked. Just because you feel it, that don't mean that they was equally yoked. That could have made you feel like a fool or gullible too much. Right? Could have made you emotional. And so now I'm hearing the roles are reversed, and these people feel like, man, I was on a fool's journey. And they looking like, dang, what did I do? How did I get myself here? I was a fool. Then they say they use your heart like a tool. Listen, baby, they never tell you in school. Oh my God. It said, listen, baby, they never tell you in school. And we got Lightworker school here. Hey, Because this song, it says, listen, baby, they never tell you so in school that your heart could be used like a tool. So that's why you stood out. That's why the Most High, that's why you stood out in this classroom, because you realized that your heart was like a tool. People know how to play your heart. And that made you feel like a fool. And they never tell you that in school. And if we could go back, if you're older like me and you could go back and go to school, it's so many things you would do differently, because now you know the tools of the way of the world and how people operate, how people do this, how people dabble up and group up, how people are. Not that you judge. And again, I never judge. It's just life lessons over here. Life University, boo-boo. And in Life University, the Lightworker School, is a part of a course that you got to take. And you realize all of that, right? So let's see. Listen, baby, they never tell you so in school. I want to say it again. Everybody plays the fool. Listen to me, baby. Everybody plays the fool sometime. No exception. No exception to the rule. It may be actual, may be cruel sometimes, but everybody plays the fool. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Okay, everybody plays the fool sometime. They use your heart like a tool. And see, that's the last line. They use your heart like a tool. People have used your heart like a tool out here, Divine Collective, because they knew you was a heartful person. You were, you love people. I'm hearing love people, like hurt people. And you were hurt because you love people. I'm trying to tell you. And that's why you're receiving a lot from your ancestors in this time, these downloads. Your ancestors like, it's okay to cry, boo-boo, but we about to send you some words of encouragement, some letters of encouragement. You know how people write letter of recommendations to your school, to, look, you got job hire. Oh, okay, Spirit, I see what you're saying. There was a letter of recommendation when you were hired for your position. Your ancestors, like whatever you applying for, your ancestors is like, you got it. You got it. I know you crying, but you got it. I got you. And I ain't gonna kid you. In my personal life, they just like, boop, here you go. Boop, here you go. Boop, here you go. Because your ancestors are sending letters of recommendation for you and they looking out for you. Letters from grandma. It could be a woman figure or a male figure, however you see. And look at these people. These people over here left, working hard, playing a fool, sometimes playing like crabs in a bucket, trying to cause a distraction. But look, warrior angels ended this. Contracts have been ended because angels were fighting on your behalf. Yep. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look it. Twin flame, fallen angel. I just had a reading, part 2 of Sinners, where this is talked about. I don't talk about labels on my contract. Hey, my contract as a Divine Collective is to not label twin flames or soulmates. I know it exists, but I just, in my contract, I don't label that, because, you know, you label it how you see fit in your life. I could say in my life, I already know, you know, with my contract, and things have ended in a way because people be falling down, and it don't have to be a lover. It could be anybody that you equally yoked with, okay, equally connected to here, who falling down, and you have to see people fall down, unfortunately, and they need you, but their contract has ended. And they could be in poverty thinking about you. But look at here, ancestor union. Your ancestors are bringing in a true union though. So if you had a twin that did fall down, a love that did fall down, or people with envious energies, energy vampires that fell down in your life, Spirit is bringing you true unions. And that's why this Empress energy, Emperor energy, the spiritual general couple, this power couple energy is even here. Okay, Spirit said ancestors are bringing this union together that has been separated or that needs to come together, because royal things need to be birthed into this world through you, whether it is a child or just birthing things into the world as a healer, as a believer, as a seer. And you are the spiritual warrior out here. People wanted you to spiritually fail a test, but you rose as a spiritual warrior, and that's why these people feel like they failed, because they didn't defeat you, a spiritual warrior, from stopping. Look, you a spiritual warrior and a spiritual general, okay? Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're very you're very more much a mature woman now, or mature male. I did see the mature male card, but didn't take it out. Look at this as I pick up. These people got trapped. I'm hearing they try to trap you because you had an innocent heart. Then I hear your innocence. I'm telling you, part 2, the movie Sinners, my reading right before this one, it says your innocence attracts and attacks demonic entities. Didn't we just see that over here? You got energy vampires. Your innocence attracts and attacks them. And you had the envious people here. People were attracted to your innocence. And that's why they also failed. They realized they high and mighty darkness to scare did not scare you off. They could not. You have such an innocent, pure heart. These people got trapped. They thought that they could trap you with money or, I don't know, sharing your wealth. I don't know. Or something about you being in Lightworker school. I'm hearing like trading or helping them on a test. Maybe you help them with their Lightworker test. Like, for example, we have our own mission and own test that we know that we go through every day. So you were that person or reason to help them go through their test of discernment, their test of recognition, their test of getting through a depressed state. We did see the gluttony, self-image issues. You help people get through their own test. So they, people want to cheat on the test. Not that you was like giving them cheat codes out here to know how to pass a test. But see, again, you thought it was a collective effort, and you realize I'm just gonna be at my own desk. I'm gonna sit by myself. And they realized that too. And that's why these people got worried, because they had player energy. They couldn't continue to play you at the table because you now sit by yourself. You have more clarity sitting by yourself. Ooh! And that's why, you on this mission by yourself. Divine mission work. You see what I'm saying? Look, the classroom again. See? When you graduated, you can get through anything if magic made it. Always hear that Kanye West song. Whoa, I had a dream. And that's another good song. Wait, they can't, what is it called? Then you can't tell me nothing, right? Excuse me, were you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You graduated and you got through everything by yourself. The classroom still see you. And look, thank you, Spirit, out of these 3 that you could have had to present the project with, somebody wanted to be the head, but see, you still stood out of those 3. Not that you were doing it intentionally, you just stood out. Your natural God-given talents and your natural being a gift from God, you stood out in the classroom. This made those people envious. And you stood out in that classroom, you graduated, okay? And then you got hired for this divine mission work. And you became an empress. This is how you became an empress and or an emperor and a high priestess and or a high priest. And this is why now you are teaching Lightworker missions. You knew what to do while these people was playing. Look, demonic attachments. Can't make this shit up. See, player energy, demonic attachments, and spiritual manipulation. And now your mission is to also highlight that. And people know. I'm telling you, your mission is highlighting player energies, demonic attachments, and spiritual manipulation tactics. That's why people know that you on your boss shit. It says new mission. It say new mission, and it said divine mission work. And the Most High is giving you that. That's why these people are spiritually failing. I done shuffle these cards. You still got wealthy man, wealthy woman. I'm telling you, your mission work is coming with wealth, with a healthy love connection, because this all went to spiritual court. The spiritual court council has seen it, and this is the divine headquarters oracle by Mystic Beauty. Love her, by the way. Shout out Mystic Beauty. And I need to get the updated one, because these are the first set that she brought out, but she updated them. So it's new cards for this deck. I need to go actually purchase it. I'm probably just going to combine them together. And if double cards fall out, they just fall out. But yeah, this is why I went to... Okay, Spirit, then I'm going to end this reading. So it went to spiritual court because your abundance, people was trying to take your harvest. But you got your harvest back. And guess what? You a spiritual high priestess. Look, I love how the high priest and high priest is showing up. High priestess now and high priest is showing up. You see what I mean? The wealthy man, wealthy woman, because you have spiritually passed this test of discernment, of gluttony, of even if you had vampire tendencies to like feed off other people or whatever, you came in tune with yourself and you realized, even if you was a people pleaser, because I had like you stopped people pleasing, I have a reading about that. Even if you felt gullible, like sitting at your own table, realizing like, dang, I was feeding everybody at my table. Like, what was wrong with me? That's okay. It was a part of passing this test. Every step was a test for your testimony. Yeah, you bestowed a beautiful table. You wanted everybody to eat at your table, but you realize, hey, I'm gonna have to sit by myself at this table. Oh, this is my table, actually. I've been feeding the whole table. People wanted to sit at your table, Divine Collective. People wanted you on a team, on a project, to be married to them, to have kids with them, to be a part of whatever. And see, you're a part of the Most High Collective. You're a highly chosen one because you chose to stay in your lane and focus on what the Most High had to give you for your missions. And in the midst of it, you still gave pure and dear love to people. And that's the beauty of who you are. And that is why all this abundance and love is coming to you full circle. And everybody over here probably going to want to circle around back to you because they miss you. Look, they missed the opportunity. They went towards a trap thinking that it was the best, but they got trapped somewhere else and it ended up failing their spiritual test and spirit ending their spiritual contract in most cases, or in some cases, which is why there are this fallen angel over here. Oh shit, I left these cards out up here. I didn't think I was gonna get them back, but look, spiritual birth. And that's why they fell down, because they were thieves. I'm hearing wolves in sheep's clothing, and they envious energy got the best of them. And now they're gonna be crabs in a bucket, continuing to work hard and feel foolish on this journey. And all the while they're gonna be thinking about you. I saw the thinking man. Then that's see, thinking man, thinking woman. So you got admirers. All the while now these people thinking about you, and they realizing that they was pathological liars, and they being chased and hunted now. And I'm hearing that they being chased and hunted by people that are arrogant now, that they trying to get away from. It's just a crazy mix here. But I hope that resonated. If it didn't, don't force the fit of this message, okay? Thank you for being patient with me. If you ever want to email me, my email's in the description of this post. You can always thumbs it up. Let's keep this circulating for the Divine Collectives that need it, and get those messages out. I appreciate you guys for everything that you do, the donations. I'm just humbled and honored. I love each and every one of you. My Patreon information is coming soon, so be on the lookout for that, or be out. If you did email me, be out on the lookout for an email with that information. But thank you guys. I love you so much out there. This reading was bomb as shit. I didn't know where this was going, so I'm happy that it went where it went, because Divine Collectives need to know that this is where it's headed. Where you done came from, boo. You had to lose a lot of people. You had to realize, like, damn, people jealous of me in my own classroom. I thought we was equal. I thought we was equally yoked. But not so much. And that's unfortunate. Like, y'all came in with the same level. We on the same level. How are you mad about my level versus we on the same level? It ain't like I'm above you or under you, or it's just we on the same level of frequency. So why become envious or want to be energy vampire? We're on the same level here. So see, you start leveling up in this classroom, and they start like kind of like degrading themselves or leveling down. And so you rose up to the occasion, and now you had to journey on your own on this mission by yourself, and that's okay. I did have a video, if you want to go back to it. It was called a community entourage or something like that turned into a solo divine mission. A spiritual community entourage, that's what it's called. A spiritual community entourage turned into a solo divine mission. And this kind of reminds me of that too. I'm telling you, all of my readings go together, y'all. Ever since the day one post on this page. So it's been over a year now that I've been on this page. So thank you guys for connecting with me. I appreciate it. Again, I'm very humbled and honored. Don't force the fit of this message if it did not resonate. But peace, love, and light to you. Namaste. Thank you. Have a great one.